on the last slide, or excuse me, on the last video, I should have told you about parallelograms and how to prove that things are parallelograms using coordinate proofs, but I decided not to. Okay, in order to prove parallelograms using coordinate proofs, I have to prove two things. Okay, and I want you to write that in underneath only in coordinate proofs. Okay, remember our four things, right? Or our five reasons. Okay, we had opposites, both pairs of opposite sides are parallel. All right, well, to prove a parallelogram, whoops. Both pairs of opposite sides congruent. Both. Okay, to do that, I need to find, to prove they're congruent, I need to take the distance of every single side. Okay, if the opposite sides are congruent, okay, then that's a parallelogram. Just the opposite side though, okay? Like all four sides can't be the same. If all four sides are the same, that's a different shape. All right, and we'll talk about what shape that is in a second. The opposite sides are parallel as well, or both pairs of opposite sides are parallel. Okay, that I'm going to find the slope. Okay, and find the slope of each side. Okay, when I do that, okay, these two sides have the same slope, and these two sides have the same slope, right? But they cannot be opposite reciprocals of each other. They cannot be opposite reciprocals of each other. Okay, let's flip to rectangles. Okay, to prove a rectangle. All right, well, rectangles we know have four right angles. So they have four right angles. Okay, so the slopes are opposite reciprocals and opposite sides are parallel. Okay, so in this case, let's say this slope was m was -2 here. M was -2 up here, so these are both parallel. Then this slope would have to be 1/2, and this slope would have to be 1/2 as well. All right. The opposite sides are also congruent. Okay, the opposite sides are also congruent. But if you had that test, right, and you were testing the slopes now, if you knew that the slopes were opposite reciprocals and the opposite sides are congruent, then you have a rectangle. All right. The slope of diagonals are not opposite reciprocals, because that would imply that they're perpendicular, and they're not perpendicular in a rectangle. Okay, only in a square or a rhombus. All right, so if we're talking about a rhombus here, okay, if we're talking about rhombi or rhombuses, okay, for congruent sides, which you have to use a distance formula to find. Okay, opposite sides have the same slope. Have same slope and without any opposite reciprocals. All right. So if I'm doing my test, right, if I'm testing a shape, okay, the first test, the four sides are congruent. Okay, that says, okay, maybe this is a rhombus. All right, the opposite sides have the same slope. Okay, and they're not opposite reciprocals. All right, well then that tells me that it's not a square. That it really could be a rhombus. The last step should be the slope of the diagonals are perpendicular. The diagonals are perpendicular, so those diagonals are opposite reciprocals of each other. All right, and those are the only shapes that we cover on PSG, but you might do a little bit more PSGA. Okay, that's the last video. If you have any questions on these videos, come track me down or ask. Go head to the MRC and get some help there as well. They can help you out too. All right, good luck.